Imagine stepping onto a plane, watching the ground shrink beneath you as the aircraft climbs into the clouds, only for that flight to vanish, without a trace, no distress signal, no wreckage, no explanation. Just empty sky where a plane full of people should have been. Aviation has given humanity some of its greatest triumphs, but it has also left behind haunting mysteries that defy logic and linger in our collective imagination. These disappearances challenge our trust in technology and remind us that even in our modern world, some things remain unexplained. One of the most enduring aviation mysteries began on an ordinary afternoon in December 1945, when five U.S. Navy bombers known as Flight 19 took off from Florida on a routine training mission. The weather was clear, the pilots experienced, yet something went terribly wrong. The flight leader, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, radioed that his compasses weren't working and that he couldn't determine their location. His confusion grew as he described unrecognizable landmarks below, even though they should have been flying over familiar islands. The last transmissions were frantic, Taylor's voice crackling over the radio, insisting they were lost before the signal faded into static. A rescue plane was immediately dispatched to find them, but it too disappeared without a trace. Despite extensive searches, no wreckage from Flight 19 or the rescue aircraft was ever found. This bizarre incident became one of the first major disappearances linked to the Bermuda Triangle, a region infamous for swallowing ships and planes without explanation. Skeptics argue that human error and bad weather were to blame, but the complete lack of evidence keeps the mystery alive. Decades later, in 2014, the world was gripped by another inexplicable vanishing. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, a state-of-the-art Boeing 777 carrying 239 people, took off from Kuala Lumpur, bound for Beijing, and simply disappeared from radar. The last communication from the cockpit was a routine good night, with no hint of trouble, yet somehow, the plane veered drastically off course, flying for hours in the wrong direction before vanishing over the Indian Ocean. Satellite data suggested its possible final location, but the search area was so vast that finding wreckage seemed impossible. Years later, a few pieces of debris washed ashore thousands of miles away, confirming the plane's fate, yet the crucial questions remained unanswered. What caused the sudden change in course? Was it a mechanical failure, a deliberate act, or something else entirely? The lack of definitive answers has fueled endless theories, from hijackings to secret government involvement, making Flight 370 one of the most debated aviation mysteries of all time. Long before modern jets, another disappearance captured the world's attention: the fate of Amelia Earhart. In 1937, the pioneering aviator set out to fly around the world, a daring feat for any pilot at the time. Along with her navigator, Fred Noonan, she embarked on the most dangerous leg of the journey, crossing the vast Pacific Ocean. Somewhere near Howland Island, radio contact was lost, and Earhart's plane was never seen again. The official explanation is that they ran out of fuel and crashed into the sea, but the absence of wreckage has kept speculation alive for decades. Some believe they may have landed on a remote island and survived for a time as castaways. Others suggest more outlandish possibilities, from capture by Japanese forces to secret missions for the US government. Recent expeditions have turned up tantalizing clues: a piece of metal that might be from her plane, bones that could belong to Noonan, but nothing conclusive. Earhart's disappearance remains one of history's greatest unsolved adventures. Even military flights are not immune to these eerie vanishings. In 1962, Flying Tiger Line Flight 739, a Lockheed Constellation carrying soldiers to Vietnam, disappeared over the Pacific. The last known position was near Guam, but after that nothing. No distress calls, no floating debris, no signs of an explosion. Witnesses on a nearby ship reported seeing a bright flash in the sky, leading to theories of a mid-air catastrophe, but without wreckage, investigators were left with only questions. Some speculate the plane was sabotaged or even shot down, but no evidence supports these claims. The 107 people on board simply vanished, leaving families without closure and adding another layer to aviation's darkest mysteries. What makes these disappearances so unsettling is that they defy the very principles of modern investigation. In an age where satellites track every movement and black boxes record crucial data, how can entire planes still go missing without explanation? The ocean's depths hide countless secrets, and even with advanced sonar and underwater drones, some wrecks may never be found. Each disappearance leaves behind grieving families, frustrated investigators, and a public hungry for answers. Perhaps one day, new technology or a chance discovery will solve one of these mysteries. Until then, they remain open chapters in aviation history, stories of planes that flew into the unknown and never returned. They remind us that, despite all our advancements, the sky still holds secrets we may never fully understand. And so, the search continues, the theories persist, and the world keeps wondering what really happened to those who vanished without a trace.
Hey there, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate the effort behind it, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel grow, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Oh, and one more thing, share this video with your friends. Spread the love and support. Alright, now let's get back to the video. Let me know if you want any tweaks.